What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to hop on here and make a video. So yesterday I had the opportunity to play some a video game with some friends. Uh, I don't know if technically YouTube's weird. I feel like if I make I don't know, any sort of statement about something that's technically a product, it can feel a bit odd, or I feel like the advertising police might come after me, I think, in some ways. But regardless, I was playing a game with them, and the minimum requirements for it is a graphics card. For the graphics card portion of the minimum requirements, because the CPU and everything else is fine, but the graphics card I was a bit unsure about. So the graphics card minimum requirements is a 670, which for those who don't know, GTX 670. So the release date for the 670 is actually May 2012. So it's a 10-year-old card. And the card that I personally have is a GTX 760, which is a 9-year-old card. It came out in 2013. Quite some time ago. And with that, I was just thinking how interesting it has been gaming on a graphics card, and I think I wanted to hop on here and sort of share my thoughts on what it is that, or how it is one can benefit from older hardware, even if it doesn't seem like it. So I think I want to go with this video and sort of present, just a couple of different thoughts in relation to just like being content and just enjoying the things that one has to the best of one's abilities. So there's a verse, and this was actually a verse that was shared in a sermon that I listened to / watched recently, and the verse is 1 Timothy chapter 6, and then it's verses 6 through 8. And it reads, and this is English Standard Version, it reads, "Now there is great gain in godliness with contentment, for we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content." And I'm not saying, that verse isn't saying, like, you can't have nice things, right, in the world. That's not what it's saying. It's just saying, like, there's, like, I think people can get in the mindset of, if my needs aren't being, or if my wants aren't being met, then I am not able to be content. And, the word says that, and I've personally experienced that in my own life, and it's been something that has been it hasn't been easy. It's been challenging for sure, but I do think that I think I've been, as I've gotten older, more mature, wiser, what have you, whatever the right wording is for that I recognize that having particular things. Like I for a while when I first built this computer, I built this computer and then I ended up selling, graphics cards. I think I mentioned this on the channel before. I pretty much flipped graphics cards last year and made some money. And I didn't flip it for like crazy profit margins. It was like maybe $100 or something like that for both two cards, or like somewhere like 150 range, something like that. But with saying that, like, it's really one of those things where the whole instance of me not having graphics cards at that time, I think it really helped to help me appreciate the fact that like integrated graphics on a 6th gen CPU, an Intel 6th gen CPU from like also 10 years ago, I think. Let me see. If anyone's curious as to what the CPU is, it's actually on the Instagram page linked in the link tree. But you'll probably have to do some digging to find it. So, but it is there. So this came out in where is it? Let me go back. 6600K release date. All right, so this came out back in. Okay, so it came out back in 2015. So it wasn't like super long ago, right? But it was long enough ago that it's older. It's definitely not as relevant as it used to perhaps be, for sure. But yeah, with that, I think it's something that I realized I was able to play older indie titles, not like small indie titles either, like games from Double Fine or, even newer indie titles. I was able to play like Detective Frog, which I've posted that video here on YouTube. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out. It's a pretty fun game. It's got some quirkiness to it, and I don't know, it has a certain vein of video game or of storytelling that reminds me of a good like golden age of a video game storytelling. So that's definitely on the YouTube. Feel free to check that out. What else? It's been able to play like some more 3D intensive games that look really nice, and yeah, a few others that I can't think of off the top of my head, but it's been pretty it was pretty good. It's pretty good. And then I found this 760 on a Facebook group page that actually was free. So yeah, pick that up, because who doesn't like free? I don't know that anyone doesn't like free, but I guess it depends on, I suppose, what's being offered and how people relate to the free item or whatever is being offered. So yeah, but with that being said, with like the 760, I was able to play a current game. Granted, it wasn't the highest, like highest resolution, or it wasn't the, it's not like the most powerful card, and it wasn't like super like ultra fine artistic detail within the game. But I was able to actually play the game, and I've shared this before with people, that I was able to actually play the game with my friends and be able to, just, and granted, I was pretty sleepy last night, but I was able to play that game and just spend that time with friends, and being able to just have fun, and try to take out some zombies. So, and if anyone's interested, for reference, for whatever reason, which I don't know, hopefully you're not really particularly interested in like me as like a fame or public figure, because that might be something at some point, which is weird. But anyhow, the game was Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So yeah, that's capable of being ran on the 760, and I guess it does at least help for reference. So Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, just for anyone that's not in that space, Call of Duty Black Ops, probably could have just typed in Cold War. So Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War actually came out in 2020, and yeah, it was November of 2020, and it's apparently the 6th installment of Black Ops. Y'all doing too much, in my opinion. But yeah, so that is playable, and it's it's not the prettiest, but I didn't really have an issue playing it. I wouldn't say that I'm the best player of that particular mode, but it is playable, and yeah, so I just want to put that out there and just submit that to you all. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. I did 2 yesterday. I think I'm just going to do 1 today. I might do another one, but I also want to go and run up to this store here, because I was going to do that yesterday, but I did not. So anyhow, hopefully you all are well out there, and hopefully this is still recording. Sweet. Yeah, look at that. And yeah, video is 4K. Hopefully it looks sharp and nice. Not, and 4K, like, yeah, I guess I'm contradictory, because it's like, hey, it's not a big deal playing games at a high resolution, but then here I am recording in 4K. But to be fair, it is like I don't know, and I'll probably learn something somewhere along the way, where like I can record at 4K, but then like upload at 1080p or something. But yeah, so anyhow, maybe that'll be a whole other separate video, but hopefully you all enjoyed, and hopefully you found some value in this, and yeah, maybe I'll do it up with the thumbnail. So still feels weird. I don't necessarily feel settled or like particularly confident in this space, but for all who are out there and joining in on this weird journey of communicating virtually and not in person and whatnot, which I guess people kind of had to do back in 2020. but still, I don't know. Anyway, future things, I think. So, yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will probably be posting tomorrow. All right, peace.